AG Labs, my name is Ben. Hello, welcome, good morning to the micro soldering show. Yeah, yesterday we started again with our German channel, or German videos on our channel. Andy will try to give you every day one video in German language. I will do the English stuff, and starting by the next month or the upcoming month, we are just thinking about something completely new, so stay tuned for that. Today in the morning, the last days, I presented you how to prepare swap boards, iCloud locked boards for swap for the iPhone 8, iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, and today in the morning I just want to do with you the iPhone 11 Pro Logicboard. So I never did it before. It's the first time I even see a logic board. I ordered an iCloud board at Rexcam, and I ordered the a stencil and a stencil for the board, stencil for the IC, stencil for the board. I didn't do anything corresponding to the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro until now, so that's really the first time I ever see this board. And the only problem is I don't have a screen here, so I just can do my steps by using the power supply and see the value, but I don't have a screen here and can present you boot behavior or things like that. But for me it's okay, because at the moment I don't get a screen. Anyway, if you have a broken screen with I send it back to you, just mail it here and I can do this video again with the screen and can show you how the device boots and things like that, but I need a screen, so just mail one to me. I don't like to disassemble my iPhone 11 Pro. So we start right away. We start right away on hands camera. Okay, looks good. So this is the board. So it's much smaller than the iPhone X board. It's really crazy. It's really crazy how small a board can be, and I just want to separate the board now and just have a look how that works. I will use this preheater for that, so the normal platform for the PPD 120, and I try to separate the board. I just want to have a look under the microscope to see how the board looks. Take it out of the preheater. Okay. Okay. So the first thing I want to do here is just to get away the rubbers, the glue around the FPCs. Is that possible? Looks like yes. Come on, baby. Okay, so just get it up because we will use some heat, and I don't like to crimp them stickers. Okay, I think that's okay. Here you see the NAND. Here we have battery FPC. Let's take that away too. Yeah, why not? I'm really excited to do that now. Okay, let's start. We just put the preheater on 183 degrees, and we try to separate the board. Okay, I go to the on hands camera. This is a stencil for the board. Normally I didn't like the Majings before, but this one could be, the material is not as soft as I thought, so we will try to use that. Okay, why not? Okay, it's not magnetic. Okay. I'm really excited for doing that. We just wait a short time until the preheater reached the 180 degrees. And after that we just take the hot air and I try to help a little bit with the hot air to lose the top layer board from the bottom layer board. The board is really, it's so small. It's have a look. This is an iPhone 7 Plus board. It's just the whole board is just going until here, from here to here. It's crazy. So much power under this board. Okay, now I just try to separate the board. And I will check if I get a screen within the next days, so we can do it again with a screen and with boot behavior and things like that. Okay, it's still fasten up. So I just want to see how to get this off, and done. Great. Not a big thing for doing that. Going down to 100 degrees and having a look. Great, really. Ah, it's so nice. It's so nice to get this board out separated. Really, I love it. Okay, let's have a look for the CPU. Should we take out the CPU, A13, and having a look if this works? Why not? But first I just want to clean the top layer of the board and having a look how it looks like. Okay, here we got Wi-Fi, here we got baseband, here we got the RFs, here we got baseband power IC, looks nice. Here we got the main PMU. Here we got the A13. Here we got Tigris. Amazing. Amazing board. Really, really. I just have to take a look and to love it. And I just want to use some flux. These are the next generation repairs, people. Sandwich boards. And I'm sure there will come a lot of stencils for this board within the next weeks, as soon as China is back to life again, or back to work again. Thanks for the reactions to Andy's video yesterday. A lot of people just loved it and gave positive reactions, so we really appreciate that. There are some Germans, they don't like that I'm doing English videos, or they don't like me at all, so they can watch Andy. And Andy is somebody who can't dislike him, because he's really just just a nice person, a nice human. What about my wig? Come to me, wig. Did you see any spaces until now? I didn't see any spaces. Ah, here we got. Here was a spacer. Do you know what spaces are? Apple in the productions just set it some spaces around so you can clamp the board on soldering together. And if you do Reball, you just take out these spacers. Okay, done. So I need a preheater which is perfectly for that board. At the moment I just use the preheater I use for all my works, but I think you can do it with that too. Not a problem, but a mold for this board, I'm sure it will come within the next weeks. Get away the terminal paste because I just want to see what's going up between the board halves. Now I use a brush. Some people ask me, Ben, why don't you renew the thermal paste? In some cases I do, in some not. But in this case, for me, it's the first time I separate this board, and I just want to see what's in it exactly. So I take out amazing board, really. So small and so beautiful. Okay, so that looks nice. Okay, the other side of the board. I just want to use that here. My PCB holder. Okay. Could work for that board too. First, before I just take out the CPU, I get in some flux here and just clean the board around. After that, I will clean the glue around the CPU, take out the CPU, clean the CPU, and reball the CPU. And getting it back to the board. I didn't have any questions for iPhone 11 or 11 Pro or Pro Max repairs until now. But at the moment my main focus is on ICC Pro, and we have some other projects at the moment. So perhaps I will repair less devices and doing more teaching stuff and development stuff within the next year. I will see how I will do. But I will do YouTube anyway. So you don't lose me. Some people now are happy and some people are not happy. But I'm happy with with what I'm doing. That's the most important thing. That you are happy with the job you do. And here's the spaces, okay? Some fresh flux on here makes life easier. Done. Great. Now we just take the brush and brush the whole board. If you need these iCloud boards, you can get them at rexcam.de. They have it in stock. And that's always great, because if I need iCloud boards and I need them often, I always can order them there and I got them on the next day. So that's really a big advantage. Great. Just one more picture. And now I just want to try to take out the CPU. So I cover this area by using a NAND. That's okay, because we have the main PMU here. It's only a test board, so it's not a problem, but I always want to do a good job. By the way, we will start streaming on Twitch. I will give you more information on social media about that, so you can see our repair works in a live stream the whole day. Where is my glue cleaning tool? Oh, this tool I need. I just want to take something for covering. Just wait a second, please. What about that here? Okay, 1 second. That's much better, I think. Okay. 1 point here. Not a problem. Other side. Okay, done. Now we should get out that CPU fast. We have a small, thin board, a really small board. It's thin, so it takes a lot of heat and it takes the heat really fast. That's what I want to say. So I think I haven't done it before. So I need to try now if this works. Let's see. Take it out. Okay. Well, a little bit more here. And cover that. I just want to take a photo for that. And we start. I think here we should get in. Done, we are out. Okay, CPU looks good. No crack here, but here at this area we just took some small parts, and here too. The reason is that I didn't scrape enough because I don't wanted to do any damages, but that's really not a problem. I just will get them back here. So that's not a problem. So next time I just used to scrape a little bit deeper. So that's a feeling thing and not a problem. Now I just take the CPU as it is to here and clean the board in the next step. Then I do some solder here on the pads where I took components with, and I just get them back. So for the first time I think it's okay. What I could do in that case is no. Okay. And you see I'm cleaning without preheat. Normally I just use a little bit of preheat because I use a NACE to B and it hasn't got as much power as a CD2SE with another solder iron. So for me I always work with these nano tools, and can take some more time then. Okay. We clean for the first time. And oh, looks good. First time A13. And the board looks really good. Good in that area too now. Here we could clean some more. Nice. Okay. We use the brush. And we use a glue cleaning tool to clean the board. And it works well, really. The board is nice. I'm really happy to do the first swap. So just mail me your device in after a complete damage and I will do the swap for you. Cleaning okay. Let's see if we can go on with the wick one time. And after that we should be done and we can clean the CPU. I try to see if I can get the small parts next beside to the CPU if I just renewed them. Normally I have all them parts here. Okay, done. If I do it next time, I will just take a look for the small parts at the side. Something I will do better. I just want to scrape a little bit deeper then. Not too deep, but just a little more. But I think the result for the first time should be okay. Here you can see. Okay? I think looks good. And now I just want to see for them small parts. But at first I just get some solder on the pads. So that shouldn't be a problem. Here is one NC, which we take away in a second. Oh, I have to open the door. Here I am again. So I just need another iron here. I gave Andy yesterday my solder tip. No, not this one. This one is empty. I have to go to any station. And again now. So, try to get it on and see. Oh, it's broken too, but okay. Here. Done. And I don't know if this one is NC. I just go on for the pads. Okay. Looks okay. Clean. And we can go on. By replacing them. So you see that? Here is a NC, but the others are needed. you can see what I did wrong. I just didn't scrape deep enough. Here there were 2 resistors. I have a look for the values and just replace them. And here we have a handful of resistors and 1 cap. So I could just replace them. It goes much faster than just using them. So the resistors I have here, let's have a look here. That's not a problem. I will just replace them. One cap, rest of it resistors. 1, 2 and 3. Here there was a cap, resistor, and 1 no stuff. Okay, here there comes a cap, here we got a no stuff, and here we got 2 resistors. Done. So the cap, here we are. Here we have the cap. Normally it would be much faster, but because we just lost some small parts, we just have to replace them. Done. Okay. Going on. That has been done. We got 2 more resistors in the edge. One and 2. Done. I just want to check for me. So here we got a cap. Cap. Resistor. Resistor. And 2 more resistors. So you see, normally it's really much less time than the time I need now here. Okay, it wanted to go, no problem. I'll just take a new one. Pretty happy that I have all of them here. Okay, done. And now we are almost finished. Done. Done. And you see, if you have a trouble like this, it just takes some time until you fixed it. Hey, come on over to me. Going here to both pads. Okay. Done. Next side. Final side. After that, we are finished. Okay. And now it's only this small amount. Now we should be done. Done. Here we got no stuff, and the rest is fine. No stuff, no stuff, okay? And the rest looks pretty good. So that's all. And now we have to clean the CPU. And in this case, I want to try that by using preheat. Clean the edges. need to clean my preheater. Because my preheater looks really ugly. So just to wait some more seconds until I have cleaned my preheater, and then we can start by cleaning the CPU and by reballing the bottom layer. Okay. Just taking some paste. Some paste for the reball, and we clean the CPU area here on the preheater. Good morning, Andy. Mr. YouTube Andy. Andy got a great feedback yesterday. Andy hat jetzt wieder gestartet seine Karriere. And we just wait until the solder melts. You can do it by using hot air too. You can do it without preheat with another technique which I normally use. You can do it in that way. It's always corresponding to that what you want to do. Good morning, Mr. Andy. Also known as Handy Andy. Let's see how the underfill at the A13 is. I haven't done it before, so it's interesting for me to see. I think it's like the underfill on the A12 and on the A11. Looks similar. Yeah, looks similar to the underfill on the A11 and A12. flux. And now we should come to an end. Looks pretty okay, I think. And the CPU should look clean. Yeah, it looks clean. Just some dirt here. That's okay, some dirt here. Don't want to waste time now. Here is some dirt, but that doesn't make anything bad for a Reball. Okay. And normally I always use 3D, so it's completely new for me. Ah, but that's nice. That's nice because it just takes the caps for the orientation, so that's a really good thing. Here you can see on the stencil. Do you see that? That's a great thing. So if the stencil would have a gold color now, it could be one of my favorites. That's a great idea. I got the stencil from Rexcom. The only thing I just don't like on silver stencils is that I have to use my eyes really hard. So on gold stencils you just get a better contrast. Andi, hast du gestern die Datenrettung freigegeben, die ich dir da gesagt hatte mittags? Super. Danke. And now we just, so I hope you can see anything. And now we just try the first Reball I ever did on an A13. And we have a long video, 1 hour, because I had to replace all these small components around the CPU. So this looks good. Just want to get some flux all over it. Let's see if we have a clean surface, because it's my first Reball on A13 by using a stencil like that. And you see, I don't scrape over it, okay? I just want to see if all is one surface, and it is. So that's okay. Morning. And now I just want to finish the Reball. Only was, Kütter? Auch für die Nacht. And we're done. So it's hard for you to see, but I think this looks okay. Lift up the stencil. Check them bolts. One is missing. I see one is missing, but the rest looks really good. So why we got one missing? Let's see. Is it in the stencil? Yeah, it is. So I just give it a quick reflow to sit this ball down. And done. So it's all okay here? Yes. Yes, yes. Normally I don't scrape any time over a CPU, but I want to see that it's a nice surface here, and I think that's really good. And now I just do the last reflow without using a tweezer. Hey, yeah, now. I don't like. It's like always I never worked before with a stencil like that, and I don't know if I like it. I think I don't like it because With my gold stencils I see much more and it's much easier for me, because here there were some points which just weren't fixed, but only in one area. I don't know why. I just don't know why. But I think it's almost okay. What about my stencil? Here, one ball, two balls missing. Okay. I just do another thing. Normally I never do that, but in this case, because we had some dirt at the CPU and it's the first time I use this stencil and Reball the A13, and I'm not doing fake videos like many others. I just want to clean the CPU one time with wick. First time A13. It's not a hard CPU, but it's corresponding to the stencil. As I saw the stencil first, I thought okay, should be cool, but now it's like always. I don't like other stencils than the Kian gold stencils. I can't tell you why. The handling is just amazing. And with this stencil the handling is complete other handling. Okay, now I just clean the CPU. Looks clean. Gib schon noch gerade ein paar Clean Room Vibes, bitte. Ihr sehr nett, ich danke dir. So now I just do it one more time again. The first time I can't imagine when I did a CPU reball 2 times, but I try to use a little bit other technique now. So I try the paste a little bit more dry. Get it in everywhere. Problem on that stencil is that it is really thin, so it can bend fast. I don't want to scrape over the CPU. I don't like that. Okay. And we do it again. And I try, no, I just want to hold on the points I normally hold, and that are these points here. So I try to heat up the whole area of the stencil, because on my last Reball it just bent a little bit. And I try to start in this top edge here and try to get the heat in here. Slow, slow, slow. I don't want to get any bend, and I don't want to heat up too much. And you see, like, it bends in that area, it comes up, because it's a really thin stencil, so it's a handling, just a handling thing. So on the left top area, it's all okay. And I hope in the other area it's okay too now. Good morning. So let's have a look. This looks much better. So this looks much better. We just have one ball here, but that's not a problem. We can sit it down, and the point here and the point here. But that's really, good morning, that's really solved fast. Just getting that ball here. And that ball here. Okay, not a problem. Like you see, some bolts were not connected. I don't have them in the stencil, so I don't know where they gone. But that's a thing we can solve fast. So I think it's a handling thing for the stencil. If you do it with this stencil 10 times, it's okay, and it works perfect. So it's always, if you work with other tools and try some new things, like that can happen, and it's okay. You learn from using them.
Good freaking morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I had to say that.
Ah, okay. No problem. Der sollte versandt werden, ja. Gut. Toll. Das ist super. So, now we just take another ball. Here. Get it here. Done. And just one other ball. Getting here and done. Okay. And this I want to get back because it's just never use so much time for Reball a CPU, people, but I don't want to waste the video because of that. Okay.
Ah, das war für mich.
Ja, was?
Ich will schauen, was brauchen wir noch.
Done. Pretty okay.
Macht man doch mal nur hier zu, ne?
And now we just get flux to the whole CPU. And reflow it completely. Nice. All balls same size, no bigger balls. Okay, so A13 with the right stencil, surely no problem. I don't like that stencil. I will try it some more times with that today, just for seeing how this works, okay? But in the whole area it's okay. So after Reball, or I could do a picture for the CPU. So I can post it later. Is that okay? Here, just something. Okay. Just want to remove that. Just a little piece of dirt here. Okay. So never use so much time for reballing a CPU. Hard. It's always corresponding to the tools you work with, in my opinion. Okay, A13 done. And now the next thing we do together is just reballing the board. Clean. So after me today, Andy will give you a video of a Samsung tablet with shorted power IC.
So now Andy doesn't have a choice.
So that's a really nice repair.
Yeah.
No, Andy's not a slave.
The promise is already given. So.
Did you see Andy's likes on the video? And the reactions, they were really good. For German video, it's good. So, and now I just want to see how Reball on the iPhone 11 Pro works. I do it with the same adjustments as on the iPhone X, so I don't know if it works. Perhaps we have a long waiting time here too. You heard it bending? Okay. I want to get down with the airflow and down with the temperature. Okay, I do something other. So it bends. It's a really thin stencil. So I just try to take that one. Where are the video people, please? Please just let me do my video.
Yeah, don't read your videos.
So you see, it's really hard because it bends directly. And I think this stencil has the problem that it is made out of aluminium around, so this takes a lot of heat. You see that? I can do it in that way, but it really bends hard. So that's not the key to do this with that stencil. Okay. I will do another thing. Like you see, for me it's always testing too, because I never did it before. David oder Andy, die Jovi Turbo, die Jovi iRework steht nebenan. Kannst du mir die mal holen oder die 120 XL?
Jetzt?
Die steht unter deinem Tisch, ja. Jetzt. Die große Vorhitze. Ja. Ist bei dir im Kasten unten drunter. Wenn nicht, ist die iRework drüben. Aber die 120 XL, das ist die große rote. Die steht auf jeden Fall bei dir da drin. So, my opinion until now is that the stencil isn't cool for the CPU, and the stencil for the board Reball isn't cool too. But I think at the moment there are not many stencils on the market for doing this work. So we try another thing. Get it on here. Okay, get it on here. Ja, nicht die ganz groß. Die iRework. Das ist eine Vorhitze. Die steht drüber, 100%. So, there are some things to make this much easier, and the key for this is preheat. I never did a video without testing things before, so that's really fun for me to do that. But I'm pretty sure with the next one it's no problem anymore, because we now just see how it works, and after that it's much easier to do. Okay, we get the paste in it. So we get the paste in it. So I think that the problem on the stencil is that it is made out of aluminium, and it takes a lot of heat. So if I use the hot air for doing the reball, the stencil around takes a lot of heat. So I don't want to lift up the stencil, because then the amount of solder on each pad is not exactly the same. So here you can see the CPU again. It looks great. Did you got it? Ah. No, then. And the other, you don't have the 120 XL. Okay, I have another idea. What about that? Yeah. What about that? I think we can do it in that way, perhaps. So. No, that's too high. We just need a heating platform. And that cable you didn't see next beside? Okay. Then Houston, we got a problem. We have no preheater for doing that job. I just want to test another thing. I'm going down with the temperature, going up with the airflow. No, it bends directly. You see that? It bends directly. It's not made for this. So with this stencil we can do it in two ways. We can get in the paste a little bit more wet and then lift up the stencil, or we can do it by using preheat. So, temp. So, I show you what I do now. I show you what I do now. Just have to clean my table. What I do now is just using a really big preheater. This one, okay? So. And I try to do it in that way. So perhaps we have a solution for that too. What about if we, if we use that here, and that here, so we can fix that here, so it just doesn't move. Okay, so I can't use a microscope now. That's a little bit bad, but we can go down with the hot air on 150 degrees and using preheat. But it takes a lot of time until the preheat is there. And after the preheat is there, we can just easily reball. Normally I would try to do it only with preheat in that case, but this plate just goes up to 150 degrees and that's not enough to melt the 183 or 148 like ever solder. So I try to get it in that way. Long video, 1.5 hours until now. So, but you can see that the CPU is just a beauty and the board repairment is nice too. So while that preheater moves up, we can just solder down the CPU to the board. We have already flux under it, just control if there is any dirt. Like here. Okay. There is dirt now. So just clean it. So now it looks good. Yeah. And we can get the CPU back to the board. Yeah, I already have this solution now. Ich bin im Video. Oh, you want to see something? No problem. Kommt drauf an, ob so das Display aufgeht oder nicht. And here we are. Just soldering down. CPU now. Can't you see? It moves. And it comes back. That's good. Just a little bit more flux in here on the bottom, so you can see the flux coming out at the sides. Yeah, that's pretty okay. So CPU has been done. Now what about, preheat is really low, it's about 100 degrees now.
Ja.
Okay. Okay. Just some flux here. And going over it. Done. It's not the best stencil, not the best solution for doing a work like this. I will try it again by using a little bit more wet paste and getting up the stencil. I don't like it normally to do it in that way, but with this stencil I think that's one of the only options I have. Okay, I want to take it down now without burning my fingers. Okay, clean it one time. Ooh. Just get it out. Control. And yeah, it looks much better than before. I just want to do a quick reflow.
Die Reparatur an sich ist in einer Stunde getan. Ich müsste allerdings Liefertermin nehmen. Nee, jetzt gerade hier nicht vor.
Just a quick reflow for the side pads.
Natürlich. Alles klar. Nee, nur bis Osten. Genau. Alles klar. Ich danke. Tschüss.
Just a little bit more of airflow and a little bit more of heat. The problem is not the board, the problem is the stencil, and the stencil is made of aluminium, like I said, so it takes a lot of heat. But it looks pretty good now. Okay. So I think this looks much more okay now. So for the 11 Pro, okay, I think. Here are 2 crown pads which are missing. I can replace them, that's not a problem. But for the whole process, I think that looks much better than before. Here you can see I have to reflow this middle section again. Boom, and the pads are coming. So that's pretty okay. But I think with the right tools, it's not a problem. So we got now, and when you feel the platform is really hot and the board not. So I think that's a good result here. You can see that's really a good result. I will post pictures later on Instagram. I will clean that all now. Can we have a look under the CPU here? Here you can see the boards under the CPU, so it's all well connected. Oh, here you can see the boards under the CPU. Here, so it's all well connected, it's all good. It's makeable, but I want to have new stencils. I want to have an A13 stencil from Lee in gold. Best would be the 3D version, because this stencil is just too thin for using on CPU, in my opinion. Perhaps other people can work with that. The same for the stencil for using to reball the board. It's too thin, it bends really hard. So a solution could be to use just a wet paste, or a paste which is more wet than the one I used, and then get up the stencil and only reflow the board without the stencil. That could work. I will test that. Or you use preheat, but then you have to use a preheater like the like this rework station from Joey, where you can get on the whole stencil and you put the preheat on enough amount so the solder can melt alone. That will work without any problems, I'm sure about that. I would search a solution for that. You saw in some cases you just don't have to lose your control and just be quiet and try to solve the problem in the best way you can do. Okay, I hope you liked the video. Anyway, I know it was a long video. I had some issues on reballing the CPU because that stencil is really, here you see it's, compare it to a Lee. Here, Lee is just amazing. It's much. Take these stencils, Andy, and say something about that. Take this one and then take this one. Feel it. What would you say? Yeah, it's much more thinner, and it's silver, so you don't see as good as on the gold stencils, and in my opinion it's just too thin because it bends up really hard, and I used a low temperature and a low airflow to do that. If I go a little bit up with the airflow, the stencil directly bends, so not the best in my opinion, but at the moment one of the only ones which is available in that case. So I used for reballing the board, I used this sunshine tool. So normally it's not made for that, but I didn't have another preheater here. So I have to see. I will post on Instagram some experiments with this board. You see it's now ready reballed. It looks fine. I will post some pictures CPUs back again, but it was a long work, 1 hour 50 minutes. I'm sure if you have the right tools you can do this job within, I think, 30 to 35 minutes. I will work on that and I will keep you up and give you a video within the next days where I use just some new tools as soon as China is back, and then we will see how long we will need for that. If you want to learn things like that, you can do that in our one-on-one courses at the Bottle Level Repair School. And if you are working at the repair industry for smartphones and tablets, you can just join our our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany. I would be happy to see you there, but please answer the questions, because otherwise we can't accept you there. Yeah. By the way, where's the ICC? Do we have an ICC Pro here? Okay, no, we don't have one ready assembled here. I don't know where mine is, but yeah, buy the ICC Pro. It's a great product. We made it with a lot of head and heart. I'm out. We see us with the next video. Boom, back to life again. Here's Ben.